What is a pioneer? Because when I was a kid growing up, I'm a first generation American on both sides of my families. Both my parents came from out of the country. And I remember specifically learning about the pioneers, and I would just turn it off. Because I didn't feel like I related to it at all. It's like, why do I have to learn about pioneers? Brother Nelson, what is wrong with my mentality? Why was I wrong in thinking that I don't connect with pioneers just because my ancestors didn't cross the plains to get here to Utah?
Well, I've spent the day with you, and there's nothing wrong with your thinking as a friend. As far as pioneers, we envision hand carts, covered wagons, but anyone, my grandparents who left Germany are pioneers. You're a pioneer. Mm-hmm. We're all pioneers because we're building Zion. Pioneers are always looking forward in physical ways, spiritual ways, in all ways of building a better future for the generations that will follow them, which is the true aspect of what the early pioneers were doing.
Personally, I feel like, your family should enjoy the stories of the pioneers for the same reason that we all should be studying the stories in the Old Testament. I mean, the children of Israel wandered through the wilderness and were their own kind of pioneer. And we look to them as examples because we as Latter-day Saints see ourselves as part of covenant Israel. We've been adopted into the house of Israel. And so we see them as our spiritual ancestors, our forebearers. And so we can draw strength from their stories. And in the same way, the Latter-day Saint pioneers are our spiritual ancestors as well, regardless of where you come from. Once you join the church, you become part of that legacy and you're adopted into this. And at the same time, appreciate the stories that are now global. And I think the church has been doing a really great job to try to make those stories more visible in the histories they're telling, the global histories in the saints' volumes. They're trying to be a lot more expansive in including the histories and pioneers of all sorts of cultures.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've since learned that, as I've gotten older and matured and learned about the sacrifices of my parents, specifically my dad leaving his home and never going back when he was 19, with the intent to provide a better life for his posterity. And I look at me and my siblings and everything that we've been able to accomplish because of sacrifices like him and my mom and her family coming from England. And it really does have that pioneer spirit. And I love, Jasmine, what you said about how when you join the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you are adopted into that family. And so now their history is my history, and I love learning about all the sacrifices that were made so that we can experience the blessings and the joys of the gospel of Jesus Christ today.